Imagine a man clinging to the side of a military transport plane as it takes off. His feet dangling thousands of feet above the earth with nothing but a pair of industrial gloves. Between him and certain death. There are no stunt doubles. There is no green screen. There is only Tom Cruise and a camera crew capturing a moment of pure, unadulterated cinematic adrenaline. This is the world of Mission Impossible. A franchise that has spent nearly 30 years redefining what is possible in an action movie and proving that in an age of digital effects, nothing beats the power of the real thing. The journey of the Impossible Mission Force, or the IMF, began long before the silver screen. It started in 1966 as a hit television series created by Bruce Geller. The show was a cerebral, ensemble-driven spy thriller where the mask was the ultimate weapon and the clock was the ultimate enemy. But when the property moved to film in 1996, it underwent a massive transformation. Under the direction of Brian De Palma, the first Mission Impossible movie turned the team-based show into a sleek, paranoid thriller centered on a single man, Ethan Hunt. That first film gave us the most iconic image in spy history. Ethan Hunt suspended from a ceiling by a single wire, hovering inches above a pressure-sensitive floor in a high-security vault at the CIA headquarters. It was a scene of silent, agonizing tension that proved the franchise didn't need explosions to be thrilling. It just needed a drop of sweat and a ticking clock. But as the series evolved, the stakes, and the stunts, began to grow at an exponential rate. Mission Impossible 2 brought in the stylized, high-octane action of John Woo. But it was with the third film, directed by J.J. Abrams, that the franchise found its emotional heart. It introduced the legendary Philip Seymour Hoffman as Owen Davian, perhaps the most terrifying villain in the series, and established the stakes of Ethan's personal life. However, it was the fourth entry, Ghost Protocol, that truly changed the game. When director Brad Bird sent Tom Cruise to scale the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, the franchise reached a point of no return. Seeing Ethan Hunt scramble across the glass exterior of a skyscraper in Dubai, 800 meters in the air, signaled to the audience that this series was committed to practical spectacle. From that point on, every new Mission Impossible film became a global event, with fans asking one simple question: what is Tom Cruise going to do this time? Quote, the answer was usually something insane. In Rogue Nation, he held his breath underwater for over 6 minutes. In Fallout, he performed a halo jump from a Boeing C-17 at 25,000 feet, becoming the first actor to ever do so on film. He broke his ankle jumping between buildings in London and kept the camera rolling. He flew his own helicopters through narrow mountain passes in New Zealand and drove a motorcycle off a cliff in Norway for Dead Reckoning. But the franchise is more than just a highlight reel of stunts. It is a masterclass in the team dynamic. While Ethan Hunt is the spearhead, the IMF is nothing without the technical genius of Luther Stickle, played by Ving Rhames, the comedic heart of Benji Dunn, played by Simon Pegg, and the lethal grace of Ilsa Faust, played by Rebecca Ferguson. They are a family of misfits who have been disavowed by their government so many times it has become a running joke. Yet they return every time because they are the only ones standing between the world and total annihilation. The series is also unique for its director-driven approach. For the first 5 films, the franchise changed directors for every installment. giving each movie a completely different visual and tonal identity. From De Palma's noir to Christopher McQuarrie's modern operatic style, McQuarrie eventually became the permanent architect of the series, crafting a continuous narrative that feels like one long, breathless chase across the globe. Why has Mission Impossible succeeded where so many other franchises have faded? Because it respects the audience. It understands that we can feel the difference between a computer-generated explosion and a real car flip. It understands that the impossible only matters if we believe the person doing it is in actual danger. It is a celebration of human effort, technical skill, and a relentless commitment to entertainment. The franchise has survived the end of the Cold War, the rise of the Internet, and the shift from film to digital. It has remained relevant by staying true to its core. A man, a mask, a fuse, and a mission that no one else is crazy enough to take. The next time you see Ethan Hunt sprinting across a rooftop or hanging from a moving train, don't just see an action hero. See a team of thousands of artists and technicians who spent years planning a 5-second moment of magic. Think of the self-destruct message that started it all, and the theme music that still makes your pulse quicken 30 years later. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to remember that in a world of digital fakes, the most incredible things are still the ones we do for real. As the fuse burns down to the end, do you see a movie star chasing a thrill? Or do you see the last great defenders of the cinematic spectacle? Thanks for watching.